Hey guys, thank you for waiting. I know it's been 10 minutes you guys are waiting, but thank you so much for making it. I just had to rush really quickly from actually the airport, and therefore it was quite hard to be on time. Just came back from London. It's been a long time. We haven't had any live Q&A sessions. I'm really happy to be part of this again. As you know, we try to do this each month. Going forward, we'll like to have some theme-based. So yeah, today you had a lot of different questions on the Reddit. A lot of questions came from as well Instagram and other different social media. We really strongly encourage you a lot, guys, to work it on Reddit. Like that, you could really, somewhat centralize our decentralization, making sure that we get the great information. Always the voted comments. Obviously, those questions gets answered. And maybe before starting, as you probably all know, today is a very, very good day for us. And the main reason is that we have a great legal news to that. Maybe I could invite our dear head of legal, Line-Elodie, to join us.
Hi, guys.
So, as you guys know, you probably have met Line-Elodie or you've heard about her in the past. She's been really helping us really hard to transition from the startup mode to have a more legit way of doing business. And yeah, Line-Elodie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what is the exciting news?
Yeah, so as communicated already through the channels and social media, we had the very nice, I was going to say surprise, but it's not a surprise because we know it. To get the letter today from VQF, which is a self-regulatory organization from Switzerland. So we are an official member and financial intermediary in Switzerland, which means we are under their surveillance and they accepted us so that they can supervise us for the anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism financing tracking. So that's the first official news we got on the legal side and the first of many to come.
Right. And so what does that mean? I mean, is there so far a lot of different other startups or other asset managers that have VQF approval?
There's a few, because VQF is basically one of the only SROs in Switzerland that is agreeing to talk to companies like us active in the crypto space. So there are a few brothers and sisters out there that do have the VQF membership, but not every startup, because it requires blood, sweat and tears, or BST as they call it, in the sense that you have to go through a very thorough application process, send them all the required documentation, have a hearing with them where you reply to questions. So it's a tricky process and not everyone gets intact with it.
Awesome. And so can we consider this as our first milestone into the legit business?
Yes.
Yes, cool. We can. That's awesome. And what is the other things in the pipeline? If you could reveal a bit, obviously in our roadmap, we're one of the very rare companies that actually talked about the strategy of making our business legit. Is there any other, do we face any obstacles so far? Are we on plan with the roadmap?
I would say obstacles we do face, because it's finance, and when you start trying to tackle getting licenses in the finance world, no matter if you're crypto or not, it is a challenge and it's really tough and takes a lot of time. But I wouldn't say any additional obstacles than other companies.
Of course.
So it only requires time and patience, and I'm sure we'll make it okay.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Line-Elodie, for the legal side. We will have probably a live session regarding only the legal side and how we perceive how we could be legit going forward, but as well a more global theme about the legislations and what are the different, let's say, market regulators that have been approving fintech and more importantly, blockchain, and the other ones who hasn't. So we'll have that hopefully over the summer, or if not in fall.
Okay.
And we will see you as well at Blockchain on Chain.
I will be there.
For sure. And I will see you every day.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, guys, this was Line-Elodie. She's really, we're very, very fortunate to have her. The great thing is that her team is growing day by day, which is based here in Lausanne, but as well in the other countries where we're really seeking for the different licenses to make sure that we could distribute products, manage products, and make sure that we're in line with all the market regulators to make sure that we will be the next succeeding wealth tech in the blockchain space. So you guys are all been looking about the live session. This is the June-July event. Sorry we couldn't make it before, but we're in Asia. It was hard to commit with it. I know a lot of you guys love this thing. Some people would like to have it more. We're really trying our best efforts to make this happen as most as possible, and we ensure you we'll get to the stage where you all guys will be happy. Right now it's still very complicated for us to essentially do that on a very, let's say, timely manner. So we always try to do it, let's say, right at the end of the month, or in this case, if there's other events, we have to postpone it a bit. So thanks for waiting. So let's dig into what's happening. So tech updates. As you guys know, the referendum has started. We already have over 1,500 people who have voted. It's really, really great to really show how much you're devoted to this project. That we, more than, people always talk about the fact we should hodl, right? And hodling is quite a good thing, but it's not enough. We need to cuddle. In other words, right? We need to contribute on your dear life, and I think so. A great way to doing that is being meritocratic. And so far, 1,500 of you have been very meritocratic by voting. Very soon we'll be translating a little bit and showing how the process works for the Asian countries like that. We'll have more participants, and it looks like this vote is going to be quite a big one. Why? The reason is that we want to, as you know, move from a community and ecosystem. And for that, you have to have at center the CHSB token. And what is the CHSB token's first utility is, voting in different referendums, right? And then you get rewarded. But this one is actually a double meritocratic, or it has a double thing, because it is the first utility, but actually is the one going to show you the second utility, which is about ICO competition. And I think so. This is really a game-changing view of our ecosystem, how we're going to develop it, and it's to this ICO competition. And if you guys understood what this ICO competition is, it's quite straightforward, right? It's a competition will be a theme-based. And for the time being, it looks like finance is working. Is the leading one with 43%, and data IE it's at 1/3. So we'll see which one is gonna win it. So one of these teams will be selected, and then we'll have X amount of different projects that will apply to this competition. And for doing that, they'll have to pay in CHSB tokens, right? Like that, because at the end, the most important about our token is to have this financial trust. And the CHSB token will be purchased and then paid to the network for two different reasons. One for the platform, and second for you analysts. So any of you guys that think that you know what's about ICOs, and I'm sure you do because you already contribute to ours, will be a very great way to show to people, to the world, entire world, to how you do due diligence on these great projects and how you're going to rate them. And we're all going to be based on a beginning rating where everyone will have a white belt. And if you guys starting to analyze it very correctly, we'll start giving you belts. And the better the belt you get, the more tokens you eventually get from this DAO project, right? The third step is about voting again, being meritocratic and making sure that the winning project within one of these theme base, which will be finance, data, or maybe something else, then we'll get elected and we'll take care of the full spectrum of the ICO, making sure it will be a kick-ass ICO and even working on the post-ICO. And all of that is always backed by the CHSB, right? If you're the project leader and if you want to get into the competition, what do you have to do? You'll have to buy some CHSB. If you want to be an analyst, you'll have to stake some CHSB. If you want to vote, then you have to vote with CHSB. So all this way to make sure that the CHSB is the ultimate token that enables you to create this financial trust within the ICO platform. And this is a fantastic way that how we're moving from this community-based / ecosystem to a real ecosystem based on ICO competitions. And going forward, as you probably know, this ICO platform will probably move to an ISO platform, which is an initial security offering, or it could be as well asset-backed token offering. Depends how we call it. So anyways, you guys still have until August for voting. If you haven't done it, please do it. If you're not aware how to do it, you could check out the Medium. You could check out. We have things we made different videos, and obviously we'll always be here to support and to help you guys if you're unable to do it. Let's talk about the ICO platform because we're talking about it right now. So there's two ways to benefit from the ICO platform. The first way is obviously to do the competition. The second way is that for partners and people that we did due diligence and think that these projects could bring a lot to our ecosystem and to the blockchain ecosystem in general. We really took the responsible decision to say, you know, let's not only benefit from this competition, but let's actually create an ecosystem out of it where people could pay for it. And who gets rewarded all the time? You guys. So that's why out of this ICO, about this referendum number 2, you guys will get LX Orange tokens, and it's a very fair way for us to promote the good students and the good projects, and making sure that you guys get rewarded at each referendum, like always. So just a little word on LX Orange, that their pre-ICO just have started. Essentially, you know, it's a platform. It's regarding identity. It's regarding as well. Going forward, they're going to have different projects, like Kickstarter project that are going on it, and you know, it's a great way to you know, some way having another ICO platform in the game that's really legit. These guys are based in Germany. They're a great tech team. We've seen it, so I think so. Yeah, it's a really great way to build up the ecosystem. People think they're competitors. You can always see a competitor like as well a partner, and I think so. We have both chosen to choose the way how we could partner up, right? And as we partner up, I think so it's a great way that, yeah, we can make it work. So this was the referendum. We just talked about it. We went through it. Now, what do you want to know about updates? The great updates here is that we have a new office. As you guys can see right here, this is the beautiful Swiss flag. We're right in the center of Lausanne, which is really cool. We are sharing our location with another wealth management company. We really like it. It's really, really cool. What we really have to do is that, you know, we have a bigger space. I think so. It's really interesting about that. It's more our own thing. So for cybersecurity, we love, I think so, co-working spaces. But more importantly, what we needed is really to make sure that at the end we have our own as well ecosystem, and it's quite comfortable where we are, and more importantly, that is, you know, highly secured. So that's why we moved to this place. Besides that, I mean, from the Lausanne team, we've been growing like hell. It's crazy. Every day there's new people coming into our office and joining as great interns. We have new great interns working on the AI spot of it, and exactly what they're doing is that you'll get a quiz out of it. It's about really trying to assess the risk profile. And this is something that we're not really good at, because general people tend to think that, you know, based on 3 questions, you assess your risk. But actually, you're not able to really fully assess your risk until you got into war. And in crypto space, as you guys notice, it's a very volatile market. So we're going to try to really improve this new risk profiling and this financial behavior out of updating maybe your social media, out of doing different games, and really realizing what is your right profile risk. Is it super conservative? Is it balanced? Is it medium high risk? Is it high risk? If it's super high risk, right? And most of the time, you know, people in wealth management or in asset management don't really realize what it is. So these 2 guys are doing a great job. We're really happy about it. You know, they're going to be working this couple of months on it, and you'll all benefit from it. as soon as our smart wallet is released. So that's a great word with that. In the recruitment, we had Maya just started. Which is really taking care of making sure everything in this office works well. She's really being a great added and trying to make our workflow more efficient. It's a really good thing. We have as well a lot of people from the tech team, and this is super exciting. We have a lot of backends now. We have lead front ends as well. We have both developers that are about to join us for the mobile apps. So Android and as well iOS guy. We've just recruited a new solution architect as well. We're just right now forming a security team as well for that. So that is, I think so. This is really, really great about the fact that we're getting to a stage where we now have not only a great investment team, we not only have a great tech team. We're moving to a really more let's say corporate way. We're now forming the marketing team as well. So this is really great things about it. As you guys know, we're organizing a lot of blockchain on chain tours as well. That's pretty much out of Europe, and it's mainly our team here that's dealing with it. And hopefully you'll meet her. You'll meet the people on the road, such as Alina, very soon. A little bit on the Reddit part, which is quite important, is that, sorry, I just had to take my cable. So regarding the Reddit part, we really entice people to go on it. It's a great way for you to get your voice heard, but more importantly, which is fantastic about it, it's a great way that you guys as well could get tokens. So really, I know you guys like Facebook, I know you guys like Telegram, but you lose your way. You won't be able to, you could do a lot of noise on it, but unfortunately you will not keep trace of it. And people will never really use the swarm intelligence. On Reddit, by upvoting, downvoting, you really get to be legit or not, right? All the different questions that will answer today is not because you put it on Facebook, on Twitter, or on Instagram. It should be really done on Reddit, because Reddit is, you're making sure that all the votes are that people really count about it. So we'll get into it. And we're very, very happy, by the way, to have Otilia. She's been working like a true warrior since the beginning, like with other people as well. But really, I'm really happy to have her really taking care of the Reddit. And please warmly welcome her on Telegram or on Reddit for all the work she's doing. On the legal side, so as you know, we just got this. It's fantastic. I mean, the VQF, it's a big deal. It's really our first landmark into the regulation place. We're very glad to be at that stage right now. That means that we've been recognized as a business, and more importantly, as a business could actually work into the crypto space. And this is a big game changing. This is not just about, we just got like a affiliation, what's quite cool. No, this means today that we are legit. We're being watched as well. So that's the both sides, right? We've always been watchers before, but now even more importantly that we will be representing a community member of VQF. That means you really have to make sure that all our business, what we're doing, is really good. So really proud about that, and it's really warm. It's really hard working to be that people recognize what we're doing is legit, and we're here to make it as clean as possible and make sure that we are always in line with the last KYC, AML rules, but as well, more importantly, with corporate governance, and as well having a great ethic into what we do, making sure that is well spread within SwissBorg internally and outer within our community and ecosystem. And that's really one of our main goals here. Tokyo is ramping up. Couldn't be more proud about this team as well. They're doing a great job of doing a lot of PR, of making great partnerships, of making really Japan as a really main hub for us for community management, but as well for creating new partnerships. The Blockchain on Chain Asia tour was really good. A lot of people want to know how did it happen. So different countries have different rules and have different players. I was quite impressed about Korea, like always. Korea is a massive hub. We got to talk to like Cyrus players over there, and I think so. It's really a hub that we need to capitalize. By the way, we're looking for a community manager that is based in Seoul. If any of you are listening, please send your CV through our web profile portal or directly to Ken if you think yeah, you're the right person, or if you know the right person. We're definitely hiring for Seoul. Very another interesting part was Shenzhen in Hong Kong. Shenzhen is just like it's getting. I was there 10 years ago, and now it's 10 years later. It's completely changed. Everything's electric cars. There's no. It's cashless. It's like really everyone's paying with WeChat or Alipay. I mean, they're getting serious. And on the road, we met VeChain. We met as well MyToken, which is a fantastic app, a little bit of coin market cap. We met Ginkgo, that's a wallet. Sorry, it's based in Japan. We met a lot of different other players, and you know, in general, our feeling is that yeah, China is really growing as a country, but it's really growing as well as a massive player in the blockchain. And I was very amazed about how competent they were, how short and how rapidly they're able to execute, being super agile. And I think so. This is really you know, something that people have to realize. And I think so. At SwissBorg, we have to some way as well a little bit, let's say, increase the pace of our delivery on some fields and slow it on others, right? Because you can't go too fast on some things that are really important. But the great thing that we realized with, like, say, VeChain or MyToken is that they don't wait to, you know, to deliver the best product. They fucking deliver it, and they're not ashamed about it. I mean, they probably do a version that is not as good as it should be, but it doesn't matter. Thanks to you guys, you get great comments, and then, you know, you perfection it. You don't want to wait and be super proud about your product and then release it. You want to be ashamed about your product first, because it doesn't matter. Thanks to the feedback that you guys are beautifully giving, it makes us just better, and therefore time does matter a lot. But on the other side, what you always have to understand as well is that security legislation and other different problems like that could not be dealt just like quickly. And people are talking about the smart wall, we'll talk about it, but things have to take time. We'll get to that a little bit later. And oh yeah, new hires, a lot of new hires in Japan. Risa, really great having her in. There's Tamami as well. Again, was here for intern. Was there for intern, and I think so. There's more people coming, so great to have new people. They're fantastic. They're doing a great job, and looking forward to having even more people within that team. Same for Toronto. Marco has been doing a great job, really working on the quant side, hiring new members. There's 2 new members are starting next week or the week after. They're about to finish the crypto indices. That'll be released on our new web interface, our new website. So that's going to be really cool. You could track it, and eventually we'll then have it on our first beta mobile app. Talk about it a little bit later. London, yeah, London's a big financial hub, as you guys know. Vince is doing a great job. Just started recently as head of marketing. Is creating his team as we're speaking. So recruiting more people on the design side. We're looking for a designer, a young, talented designer, very artistic, very open-minded, that we'd like to have. We'll be looking going forward as well as a growth hacker. Someone is really specialized in statistics and the statistics of marketing. So really the science of marketing, of really trying to analyze what is the best way to communicate and what are the best trends that you should get into, and then actually, you know, spread that content, and more importantly, try to do ROI. So we're still looking for that person really to, you know, assess actually to measure the impact of marketing and the quantitative measures. This is really something. So really more, you know, statistic guy that applies it to marketing. We'll be eventually looking for a PR manager as well, but that's more probably beginning of next year. Now we can move into the Q&A of the Reddit you guys had. Financial updates. So that's the first question. So great thing. We raised, as you know, at market value of $850 billion market cap, and today we're at 300. So that means roughly we have lost, the market has lost, you know, I don't know, something like 60%. So if we were the regular guys today, we would have lost we would be at 20 million under management, right? Well, the great job is that we have 50% more left. We did really active treasury management. We've been shorting the market like we should have been done. Very well measured with the best quantitative strategies that we can apply with technical analysis, but as well with the global macro feelings. We did a lot of active trading on protecting the tail risks. And that's what we always do, because we're, at the end, we are investment managers from our breed, from our DNA. We understand that it's great to capture the long side, but especially what you don't want to be is to get burned on the downside, and especially when it's crypto and it's super volatile. So yeah, we have roughly 30 million today that we have in our treasury. We're very happy to have it. We will spend it diligently like always. This is something that's really important. Then regarding the CHSB tokens, most of the CHSB tokens have been allocated to different wallets that will eventually be unblocked to the team going forward. And then sorry about the 12% that's still remaining is for future participation. So going forward, we would like to keep that as a reserve in order to have maybe a private sell, or to sell it, or eventually to burn it if we feel like it. But it's always a tamper, a pillow, that we talked about it several times. So no more need to talk about it a little bit more. Juicy projects, tokenization. Yeah, tokenization is something we definitely will get into. It's something that it's on our roadmap. And regarding our roadmap, a lot of people have been questioning, are we late? No, we're not. Nothing has been delayed so far. We're exactly on par of what we're doing and what we wanted, besides Cryptalian Fund. We'll get to that right after. So tokenization, we're looking, there are different jurisdictions, how we could do that. There was France that we're looking at. We're looking at UK, we're looking at Malta. Looks like Malta is getting serious into it. And for the time being, it is not the #1 project that we're looking at. That'll be more for next year. But yeah, for sure, we want to tokenize unlisted securities. We want to tokenize hard assets, and that's something we're going to be doing. And one of the first things we'll do will be tokenizing our off-chain fund. And off-chain fund will be Cryptalian. Right now we're about, I think so, we'll probably have it by the end of the year, the token hedge fund, but off-chain fund for institutional investors. And for the Cryptalian token fund, that will probably take a bit of time. But hey, we're building the smart wallet, which in some way is a better version of it. Why is it a better version? Because as you understood, the very good thing about this smart wallet is that you do your KYC and digital ID, right? Number 2, you feed your wallet with crypto fiat. Number 3 is that you choose different investment agencies, and it'll be investment themes going forward. And the great thing is that you don't need to redeem it. I mean, you don't need to, sell a share whatsoever. You just could redeem it within your own wallet. So it's the best way that all of you guys will have customized investment mandates going forward. And that's part of the pillar of our smart mandate protocol. So the Cryptalian not having token hedge fund, not having today, yeah, we're sad about it. But the smart wallet it's a much better answer to actually just having the token hedge fund. So hopefully we'll be able to have the Cryptalian fund, but most probably it won't be for retail investors. It'll only be for accredited investors, because it's a fund. And you can only sell funds if you have prospectus in different countries, and you can only sell it to accredited investors. So the only best way to have an investment vehicle that is your own property, and at the same time you control the whole thing, which is the most important, is the smart wallet. And very soon we'll have the app that people could track indices on it, and hopefully right after, in the middle of Q2, maybe we'll have the full working app. And some people are going to say, oh yeah, but that takes so much time. Okay, I'm gonna little bit tell you what is this investment app, this smart wallet, because people analyze it as being the tip of the iceberg. The main focus of this investment app, the smart wallet, has a lot of different layers between this iceberg. The first one, having the KYC and digital ID. This is something that's quite complex first. Second is have a multi-signature wallet with different permission keys and multi-protocols. Having that at the highest secure way, because we don't want to do a wallet that then get any issue with it. This takes a lot of man hours, and not only man hours from just random people around the world. No, we're talking about the best experts in the world. And right now, we're creating a consortium. Will be an open source project where the best breeds of all security teams within our network and hopefully our growing network will work on it. And we're talking about the main key players. So this is something where we're still not officializing the whole thing, but it takes time. The third thing that people don't realize what's behind this beautiful smart wallet is the financial engine, right? So if you choose an investment theme of, let's say, 5 different underlines of cryptos, and it has to be connected to the APIs of all different exchanges, which have a different technology of each of them, and on the same time you have to take some fiat in. Do you imagine how complicated that is to connect it? But more importantly, to do the orders, to do the reconciliation of that and go back into your wallet, that takes, no one has done that. And we'll be the first one that will be introducing it in the upcoming 2019, most probably in Q2. So this is something that is game changing again. So for that, for making those 3 pieces together, it's not just an app. We can build an app in probably a week or 2 weeks or a month. That's not difficult, right? And yeah, of course the UI has to be nice, but that's just like 1 or 2% or 3 or 5% of it. 95% of the app is of the smart wallet is that KYC automated digital ID. Number 2, having the best wallet possible. The third, and most secure as well, the third is all this financial engine that we will reuse for our exchange, that we will reuse for having institutional liquidity terms as well. Because this pipeline that we're building with the best, we just came back from London, this team we're having, is making sure that we'll provide enough liquidity forever for all the institutional guys. So that iceberg you're matching right now, this is only the app. Underneath of that has those 3 different layers, and that's why it's taking a lot of time, and that's why we should not rush into this before we have the right version. So again, thank you for being patient, and soon we'll have better news on that, more news. C-shares. So C-shares was a protocol that was built with Swisscom and different other counterparties that a lot of people have been asking for it. So nothing has been approved so far. The C-share does not work, and the reason is that in Switzerland, in order actually to transmit a share, the blockchain is not sufficient at itself. You still need a digital signature on top of it, which has to be like, sign it or whatever type of different companies providing digital signatures. So it doesn't work. We're not going to implement it right now, but the greater thing is that what you guys want is having a multi-utility token that has a lot of different usages within a network. So right now we talked about the fact that the referendum, we're talking about the ICO competition, which has 3 different roles, right? And going forward, of course, we listened to you guys about all the great posts that you had on Reddit and all the suggestions that you had regarding the different roles we have within our community, and we're taking into consideration. But you can't do everything at the same time, right? Is that you introduce one way to use the CHSP token, you bring the technology like referendum, you make it happen, people get rewarded, we're happy. Now, ICO competition, you're voting for the theme. We'll organize the ICO competition, we'll have the 3 different ways to utilize the CHSP token, rather for DEOs by paying these tokens, analysts by staking and get rewarded by the DEOs, and contributors that are actually voting for the winning projects. So those are, and eventually get a lot of different tokens from the project they voted for. So once that's done, we'll go to the utility number 3, and then utility number 4. And each time we have technology or a new way of thinking, we have to do it. We can't do it all on one time. It doesn't make sense. I know everyone's very impatient about the crypto market, but that's life. It's about chi va piano va sano va lontano. That means you have to work hard to make sure that you go in the right direction, and you should not move too much when it's too noisy, right? So make sure that we are legit, we have the right steps, and when those steps are reached, then we introduce additional features and additional utilities to it. Roadmap, tech updates. So we just talked about the smart wallet, so that's going quite well. The ICO platform 2.0 is being built. We just brought in Stan. Stan is someone who together we have built a great community 2-3 years ago in the fintech space, and now he's working with us as a product owner. He's a super kick-ass product owner for the ICO platform. We're super happy to have him. He's really working on this ICO platform 2.0 that eventually will be our ISO platform whenever we have tokenization on our roadmap ready for it, and we have the right regulations for it, and the market is ready for it. So there's those different threes that have to be settled before getting to it. So that's going very well. The referendum, you're already participating, so that's going well. The smart wallet, I just talked about it. We have very good discussions with building an exchange. That's going to take time. You know, don't get too much crazy about it. It will take a lot of time before having it. But with the same financial engine that we're building today, as you guys understood, it has a lot of features that we'll be plugging as well on the exchange. So for that, we need obviously as well again different regulations to be on our side. We need different licenses for it, but that's exactly what we're doing. So that's something that's really great. As I said, the new AI team is really working on the indices. So we'll have a website that we're totally redesigning. We'll change a bit the branding. I hope you will like it. That'll take for probably next month and a half, and you'll have our different indices on our platform that you guys could replicate. That's something we're really happy about it. You'll have that. And then, you know, guys, again, I insist a lot, Reddit is our swarm intelligence platform as of today. It's a great way for you guys to get your voice out, to contribute as much as possible, to get rewarded. And this is exactly what we're trying to do at SwissBorg, right? Making sure that the swarm is in control of our network. And it's your duty, it's your job, not just to sit and wait and huddle, but to cuddle. You need to contribute, guys. You really need to make sure that you're passing the word, that you're thinking out loud, and you're giving us the right direction. It's not only our job. A lot of people think I invested at SwissBorg. No, you haven't. You contributed to a project. And when you contribute to a project, you have to make it work. Look at Roger Ver. Do you think so he really created Bitcoin? No, he didn't. He's been advocating. He's been traveling the world the last, what, 8 years or 7 years, only, you know, being a great ambassador of Bitcoin. And then now Bitcoin Cash. There's a lot of different people doing the same thing, and it's not because they're paid by it. It's because that's what we are doing. We're trying to change the world together. We're trying to make sure that all your voice counts. We're trying to make sure that accessibility is for everyone, making financial inclusion a big topic at SwissBorg, making sure that you have the ownership of what you're doing, making sure that what you're doing is not only for you, but making something better for maybe your children, maybe for your community, and maybe for the the upcoming years. So it's our job all together to make sure we're responsible enough to contribute and get fucking rewarded, guys. You know, that's how we do. Blockchain on chain. Yeah, most of you guys will be invited. I don't know exactly the amount of tokens that you have to be invited, but most of us, you'll get free passes for it, or you'll get discounts following how much number of tokens you have. So we have to, Antoine is on the road right now. He's back tomorrow, I think so. So you'll get invites for sure. So blockchain on chain, we're talking about Geneva, by the way. We're talking about the big one, right? The big one is this one. All right, it's in 48 days and 14 hours. We're going to have a fantastic lineup with a lot of high pedigree speakers from different DEOs, from different blockchains, from different associations. And the idea is to, as always, put the off-chain and on-chain world, mix them together in a 3-day conference where you'll have, not a lot of great talks, trying to really try to understand what's the future of our world in terms of fintech, in terms of banking, in terms of technology, but more, and as well, very importantly, a blockchain for good, because Geneva is really one of the center of international organizations and NGOs, and blockchain for women, because we want women more and more. And as you guys know, at SwissBorg, we really been working very strong as well to make the most equal opportunity workforce here at SwissBorg. And today I think so we have at least 35–40% of women, which is still not our right target. We like to get 50–50, but it's still a very good start. So really proud about that. So again, guys, you will definitely get discounts, or you'll get unlock the full ticket to come at Blockchain on Chain. We'll just communicate exactly what is the amount of tokens that people have to have in order to get that free pass, which seems awesome. Getting back a bit to the Blockchain on Chain, the other events, we're having big ones, obviously in Tokyo and Europe. That's always going on. There's some pop-ups. There's smaller ones in Europe, bigger ones in Japan. These are all free. You're always very welcome to attend. And we're always great to meet. Yesterday we met Ichike. It's always really cool to have him. And by the way, thank you for the glass of cocktail you paid for us. I didn't know you paid for it, so thank you very much, Ichike. Really looking forward to have you. See you again. And yeah, so these ones are free. Just check out our different meetup pages. You'll get the answers. Partnerships, partnerships are going on. Trying to find new ones, trying to consolidate the older ones and to see where it is. We're still very happy to have be listed on BitChain on desktop, thanks to our relationship that we have with Bitmain. So that's really great. We're having more and more talks with different other blockchains, because obviously Ethereum has some problem today. We'll see how it resolves, but nothing concrete right now. We're talking a lot of different other people. As I said, we're getting listed on Ginkgo. It's a wallet in Japan. So for a Japanese community, it'll be really cool that everyone could have their CHSB token within that wallet. We talked to a lot of different wallet providers. As we said, one of the main thing is today we're working with different universities and creating a consortium group for this wallet and the security challenge that we have. I think so. This for us is really one of the game-changing things what we have to do. Really bringing the swarm intelligence of fucking smart PhDs and great labs of as well. We're talking about big companies as well, not just research lab within these universities, but a lot of young startups, but as well some of those big companies that are facing the same problems and want to have this open source way to create one of the best multi-signature wallet, multi-protocols with multiple permissions. And yeah, we'll give you more info next time. Maybe Nicolas could come and have a talk, or maybe Lomig, people from the tech side or the security team will have a talk about it. About that, we're super excited that we're having Laureline. She's about to start as well very soon, and she'll be really awesome on the security side. SB, I think we talked about that already. I think so. Yeah, I think so. We're pretty much in line what it is. Is there anything else? There's a lot of comments here that I guys didn't see. I will answer you questions, but let's read them first. Cheers to Dennis Vanhoff. I see you very often. That's really cool to see you. I can't see where the Reddit. Okay, I can't even see this. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments. If your comments I didn't answer them, I'll probably answer them at a future time. Okay, I can read some of them. Great. Dennis first, I think SwissBorg is fantastic, but what I want to know is when are you going to benefit financially? Hey, Dennis, that is something we're really working hard on. And as you guys know, the CHSB token has to be at the heart of everything what we're doing. And it's always quite hard, I think so, to understand everyone what we are doing in the future. But as you know, the ICO competition, that's a great way where we're gonna have more usage to it, but more importantly, we're gonna recruit more and more community. And we're sorry that the token has lost 85% or so, or even more, 88% today. But if you look at our peers, everything did pretty much the same. Is that a good excuse? No, it's not. It sucks as an excuse. But we're working the hardest as possible to promote our to work on our internally, to be honest, not to promote. We're not promoting as much as we could do. But the reason is right now is that we did our ICO. We promised you what we're delivering. The first month it was about, in February it was about, just pausing a bit down. Month of February, chilling, trying to rethink what everything happened. We did the distribution of the token right after we did a referendum after just 1 month. No projects have done that. After 1 month, we already gave the utility of our token, right? Right after, it was about recruiting, because we have a great financial background. But we didn't have a tech background. I mean, we had some of it, but we're not pure techs, okay? So we had to hire Nicolas, which is most probably one of the smartest fucking engineers I've ever seen in my life. And he had to recruit a shitload of brilliant people. And to source tech, I'm talking not like a Java 3-year, junior guy. I'm talking about best Scala guys, best security guys. This doesn't take a day. This fucking takes years. And especially the fact is that we don't get paid well. We get paid okay in some way, but much lower, half of what paid our competitors, and we get everything in CHSB. So to get devs, great devs in our team with those conditions, it's really hard. So that was more the March to July mode, to right to now, and now it's like August, September. I mean, especially September, October, November, December. This is really when we're trying to starting really to work hard on the development of all our different our different techs. That doesn't mean we haven't done anything so far. It's just that it takes time. There's a V-shape on any startup, right? And when you invest in a startup, you never have any income before the first 2 years, and you start only be break even on the 3rd year, right? So think about it. We have just done this for 7 months, not even 6 months. It's nothing, half a year, and we already committed, and we have already done some great work out of it. And we have a branding, we have a community, we already have different techs. We're going to have an off-chain fund very soon. We're going to have a new website with indices. The mobile app, the first version, will be released very soon. Where people will eventually be starting to queue up, and you guys will be the first one in the queue. And people who want to jump that queue will have to buy CHSB. So we'll find a lot of different ways to start to increase the buyers of CHSB token, but that takes time. And I think so right now, there's no hard sell. The price of the token is very low where it is, and is very far from our targets. But we know very well, and we are 100% trustful that this is only let's say a horizon that is a bit unfair about what we're doing. The price of our token does not at all reflect any of what we're doing today. It just has the fact that there's a lot of beta, so you obviously lose. The smaller tokens have been losing a lot, and going forward with the referendum, the ICO platform, the smart wallet, most probably the exchange going forward, all these different tokenization products, all of that will create a massive attraction. And a lot of people are talking about SwissBorg. A lot of people know us, okay, guys? And a lot of people, and you should be super proud of what you contributed and what you're doing today. And as soon as we'll get into the next stage, then I think so. This is when the real explosion will happen, and people will realize that we're super undervalued, and we have a lot of room for skyrocketing. So keep on, and yeah, please be trustful, and more importantly, cuddle. Cuddle is the new shit. Okay, what else can I see? I mean, there's a lot of comments, but it's hard for me right now to see other ones. What else can I say? I think so, yeah, pretty much wrapped up. Little hour, 50 minutes. Sorry, I was a bit late. Next time we'll have another one with Anthony and most probably other people. We'll have one on theme-based as well. I'm always very excited to do this, guys, with you, and to remind you again that we really want to thank you for being who you guys are, to being trusting us on this project. We're working as strong as we can to make sure that we deliver the best breed wealth management services via blockchains, technology, and philosophy. We really want to thank you for listening to the podcasts and to the Q&A. We'll be transferring it to YouTube very soon, and I'm looking forward to talk to you and to meet you soon. Again, don't forget, guys, the Blockchain on Chain is one of the main events we'll have. It's in 48 days. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a really, really cool time. We're going to have a lot of great speakers, so please, let us know what you're thinking. If you want to be a speaker, you could be a speaker. If you want to be a sponsor, you could be a sponsor. It's a good way to, as well, for us to, to promote SwissBorg and to promote our partners as well. And with that being said, thank you very much. Much love. Please, again, cuddle. And again, thank you so much for listening. And don't forget that SwissBorg, we're here to regain control of our wealth, and it's our job and our duty to make so. So looking forward to talk to you again, guys. Take care. Bye.